Well, fans of the book Heaven is for Real have been eagerly awaiting April the 16th because the movie about that same title opens in theaters nationwide. And Ephraim Graham went behind the scenes to bring us this preview of Heaven is for Real.
Millions have read the bright yellow book, Heaven is for Real.
There weren't going to be two groups making this movie.
And Sony Pictures tapped screenwriter and film director Randall Wallace to bring the bestseller to the big screen. Nervous about tackling the afterlife and what happens when you die?
I think nervous is probably a good term. It was certainly in that field, and from between nervous and sheer terror.
Hello, this is Todd. Well, I'm surprised to hear that. Okay. Can you hold on? Honey, did you punch a kid in the nose today?
Uh-huh.
With your fist?
Yep. But not one kid. Two.
This is the Burpo story, an ordinary Nebraska family facing extraordinary circumstances. Their 4-year-old son, Colton, nearly dies, undergoes emergency surgery, and awakes with undeniable visions of a trip to heaven.
Yes, Colton?
Did you know I have a sister?
You didn't know that Cassie's your sister?
No, I have two sisters. You had a baby die in your tummy, didn't you?
Honey, who told you I had a baby die in my tummy?
In heaven, this little girl came up to me. She told me she died in your tummy.
I understand you put yourself through the first-year seminary teaching karate. Did the seminary training help for this film?
The seminary training was wonderful for me in this, in that I studied religion. I grew up in tent revivals, and you always think about heaven in those contexts. And the great thing about that is that heaven is presented as something glorious.
That glorious presentation comes from a 4-year-old.
We don't ever have to be scared.
Is that why you wanted to come back? Show me you weren't afraid?
It's important.
What about the hospital? How do you feel about that? Does that scare you?
No, that's where the angels sang to me.
The angels sang to you?
Yes.
When?
During the operation, when Mom was in one room talking on the phone, and you were in another room yelling at God.
Connor Corum plays Colton in his very first acting role. Connor, what was your favorite part of making this film?
When I got to see myself throw up.
You got to see yourself throw up. What did you do? How did you do that?
I had to drink yucky juice, and then I threw up.
Oh, they're singing.
Todd's home?
Oscar-nominated actor Greg Kinnear plays Colton's dad, Todd.
I don't know if it's such a good idea. Might be a little sad or a little scary.
In bringing the role of Todd Burpo to the screen, I'm sure you spent time with him. What did you think you had to do? What did you want to bring to the...
Well, he's passionate and has a strong, clearly a strong faith and a strong conviction about what he believes, and a great love of his children. And I think that those were the things for me to really try to translate as strongly to the audience as possible.
Todd is also a firefighter, pastor, and a man struggling to understand what his son experienced and what to do about it. That struggle helped him write the book. When did you first come to the Burpo story? When did you first learn of it?
I learned of it through Randall Wallace. I wasn't familiar with the book. I thought that turning it into a screenplay would be not easy to do. It's a tough thing to pull off so that it doesn't feel like a 2-hour sermon, that it tells you a story, an honest story, and I thought he did an amazing job in doing that.
Ephraim Graham, CBN News, Los Angeles.